When did he
I
spit out
didn't
Naples,
annex
though?
them. Italy did.
Yeah, Italia.
Italia was under Frankfurt.
Just trying to prettify up the borders before the end.
Ain't we all?
Yes, borders.
I care more about cultures and what nations are left than borders. But that's me.
Clearly, there's something wrong with you.
Well, if that was my Riga, that's a stance I would take.
No, I like clean borders.
Influence, religious, quantity, trade, defensive, espionage.
But I like having some cultures as well. I usually try
I'm going to be back in
solve
just a
the
minute.
But that was a bit far away from me, this game.
It cost me 133 points in admin to tech up, and I'm only 5% behind.
Alright, back for the final hour. Probably trying to carve up Germany with 363 to consume. But Riga has administrative efficiency. But not Diplo ideas, so they're only slightly cheaper for them than me. Who knows, though, they might break truce. Meanwhile, sowing discontent and sabotaging reputation in Frankfurt is not really seeing me much gain, I don't think. Wonder what's causing that unrest. Let's actually not have our troops in plain sight for the knights. Come on, Tech 25. Metallurgy is huge. Anything that gives +2 artillery fire is huge. And since I always try to be 1-to-1 with my artillery in the main attack stacks, that's fairly important. I think I might actually make these 40 and 40. Well done, Riga.
Thank you.
Should take him a while to scramble troops over here. Should give me time to siege up his lands. He is not defensive, but he gets 25 from national ideas. No, defender of the... Yeah, defense of the faith. That's his national idea. Come on. He has no general there. Oh, I have access to his land. Well, that makes this battle easier. He probably won't have his eyes over here. But I wonder if we get instantly exiled or not. Well,
Jake, I trust those 100k troops near the border don't mean anything.
huh. You know, I'd forgotten that you could see into my land.
Yeah, you're my protectorate after all.
Yeah, the things that I forget. Oh well, don't worry. We'll be withdrawing in just a second.
Well, so will my troops.
Yes, they will.
Wow, you don't actually get exiled?
Not when it's a protectorate.
Wow, the things you learn.
Well, that's why I played this game. I mean, like we said, we're just trying to pretty up borders, right?
Are you attacking the knights, Jake?
Well, I mean, I can't be under their shoes forever.
Man, if I had disbanded that I wanted to disband that stack, but I thought you would get exiled. Because if I did, then you wouldn't actually get any war score.
Yeah.
Thanks, Warsangali.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, and what are you gonna do with that vassal? That nice, bright red vassal.
It's not my border.
We make more money now, probably because we're not giving up our trade. Not that I have done anything with my trade in ages. Probably still collecting in places that I don't need to. Yeah, like Bengal, where I make no money. Let's just recall you. We almost make some money in Canton, which is kinda nice, but it all seems to flow out. Thanks, knights. We'll have power in Hangzhou when we occupy these important centres of trade, so I may as well collect from there. But it may be easy for me to say this now, but this hasn't been a game about, you know, maximising everything I can do. It's just about Tibetifying China, right? Although this is a disgusting stain on my country. Maybe I should have polished it off before going for the knights. Jake, remember the island to the south? What difference does it make? In the end, he could just block it off. This is great, we've got the right god for the job. What is this? For a long time has passed since the war where you decided to worship the fearsome image of Shakti. Well, no, we still want Shakti for the war. You feel you better understand the destructive forces that reshape the world. Your memories also cause you to stop and consider your motivations in pursuing this aggressive course of action. Tibet gets something... Wait, something bad or something bad? I understand not. Right, that's one hell of a fort. We need that reinforced. This is no time for meditation. We're at war. Now, their blood shall be spilled. I don't care about unrest or any of that. I've got knight's blood to spill. The knights who I probably should have scoped out their land before declaring war on them, but, well, that wouldn't be in the spirit of the game now, would it? As long as we have our 40,000 cannons.
Huh? Oh, I didn't know this. Kutai is in northern China.
He's not paying his troops. Is he saving up money? Yeah, Kutai had Qi. They've just integrated them. Jake, those are events that increase your monarch stats. I already got a +2 to military, which was worthless.
Jävla sneaky motherfucker.
Need some help with that,
you're right.
Warsagali?
If you punch into them, I want a quick war so I can clean up the borders, that's all.
Yeah, let's blast our way through Beijing as well. Need a few more cannons up there though. Downside is I've kind of divided up my land. Zeus says, why isn't Jake westernizing? There's only less than an hour left of this session, or rather this entire game. So there is no real point. He's not even paying his troops. If this doesn't make it, we'll try besieging it, or rather assaulting it, to show what a difference it makes having no payment there. Pop. We'll swarm our way back down to Canton, because there's plenty of supply limit there. And I can get a ticking war score. Not that these provinces themselves are worth much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not really much to it. A token war, unless he comes to fight us.
Look at how hair is ruined.
Oh, that's right. We paid
Get it together, Air. Jeez. It's only 3 letters.
Dog, sorry.
Do I have the guts to fight Kutai as well? Gee, I don't know, man. Seems a bit overboard. Seems a bit too aggressive. Is what a loser would say. They're allied with Shitatsu shows Shato Gato, though. Good. Alright, Beijing falls will focus. I got no holy war. Damn them, they're Hindu. Oh well. I'm sure nobody will catch us making a little claim here. Meanwhile, the knights can enjoy some discontent. I will be their knight of discontent. Liking this income though. Wow, it's the first time I've made actual money off of trade this whole game. But I could make even more. But there's an easier way. Get espionage. Right, forget about Frankfurt now. He's a small fry. And sabotaging reputation isn't as good as sowing discontent, so forget all of those things. We'll get our eyes on Kutai and see what they're doing. Now you do make an excellent point. Why fight them when I could fight someone better? Ooh, that money. Well, Knights, I don't know if you have any investment in this war, but it was just fun to have a bit of trade income for a change.
Yeah, I'm trying to pay off my loans, so I'm not really invested in this war either.
You have loans?
I have loans. I had to take 3. I have 24-month loans, so I have
Gee, I feel
1400 ducat loans.
I feel bad for what I've done now. Let's just snake away and call it quits.
War reparations. Oh well. I'm not making that much money anyways, so...
No, hey.
Oh,
I was making so much money off of your trade there.
And
now
making
it's
so much
gone.
money out of Night State too. Yeah, since everything down into Malacca and I'm collecting it all.
Oh. Yeah, it's because I don't have any merchants in Asia. I'm pushing everything to the Caribbean to increase the trade there.
Alright, forget about Katai then. I wish... When did they
Having fun
add...
there, Jake?
When did they add I wish I lived in more enlightened times to the comets?
1.9.
Now I'm out of war.
Okay, it must have been my first comet since then. No, that can't be right. Oh well.
Also, you can look at my diplomatic map. I triggered Netherlands coalition.
Hey, so has Zinc already been disassembled?
Oh, no Colonial Inca did though.
I got an event I'd never seen before. One of the offers is suggest an agreement to the Netherlands. Anybody know what that's about?
Never heard of it.
Me neither. Let's see what they say. Well now, how is that? Got our, whoa, it's like the game wants me to do this, okay.
Oh, I think what it's about, it's a Dutch Republic event, and
Yeah, I was talking about the Republicans they have in power.
yeah, but I think one gives them Republican tradition if you do agreement. I don't know, actually, I don't really know, but because I only played the Netherlands once.
Yeah, did it, got the achievements and then dropped that save.
Yeah, but it has to do something with their Republican tradition and their ruler.
You know I was moving
Really?
my troops east, Jake.
I
knew you
do
were
know.
about to do that.
I do know. Let's have a very poorly done war then. You've had enough time to get on your feet. A little expensive here to walk through all this attrition, but that's okay. Give them the 4 maneuver just for that. I'm missing a stack, surely.
If all goes well, Ragusa might pop back out.
Jake, you may not be my protectorate anymore, but here you go.
Well, it's good to know that old time's sake is paying off. Thanks, that's pretty much exactly what I was losing per month. Although that can be sorted.
Hey Knights, can I buy Beijing out of you?
No. Beijing alone
Thanks,
is
Warsangali.
giving me more than 50%
No problem.
trade power in the Beijing node. Or
Yeah.
rather, the...
Trade power I am using anyway.
Yeah, but I'm getting 1 extra merchant from the trade company.
Ah, I see.
Jake, could you show Europe for a few seconds? This sounds like a trap.
Borders.
But I'm glad to see that Frankfurt and Netherlands are finally going head to head. Riga, did you decide to fight Muscovy or not?
Yeah, I'm moving at it. I was just building up to my force limit.
Yeah, I got nothing special when it comes to fort defense. And nobody to really help with that. That's a shame. However, you'll be pretty useful getting reinforcement
I'm gonna
faster.
use... I haven't decided if I want to use the province war or the holy war, because I don't really see myself fighting them a lot.
Huh. I'm making almost as much of Malacca as Netherlands makes out of English Channel.
That's crazy.
20 ducats difference. Makes 60, he makes 80.
What caused his to fall, though, I wonder? Oh, the occupations, I'm sure, aren't helping.
Oh, that's
Yeah, and meanwhile, Seville, 74.6 income, of which 2/3 is being sucked up by my pirates.
Whoa there, Lucky.
The last hurrah, I'm going to war.
Go for it.
Go war.
It's only 3/4 of an hour left. Oh boy, that's an army, Lucky.
Hey Callum, how much you killed Jake?
Maybe.
You know, he's been riding you all game. I mean, might as well kill him.
Yeah, he'd be nothing without me.
I see how it goes.
But you know what? Why don't I could also just go to war with you, Lucky.
Hey, it's the ball's in your court. Follow your heart. Right now my heart is telling me beat, beat, beat. So that's what I'll do to Lucky.
I've always kind of wanted to take some Indian land.
Well, Huron is up there.
But I have no casus belli on either of you. I want to be boring for now.
Sure love hemorrhaging manpower.
That's the point.
Instead it be used, right?
Enjoying those level 3 forts?
Ripping through them.
Well, I'm at war with Russia now if somebody wants to move in, if they have a
Alright,
border.
I'm trying to find somewhere that he's got grasslands and initially no general. Unfortunately, that is jungle and probably crosses a river. That crosses a river, but he's got 4 maneuver there. This is lucky, he does know his stuff. Grasslands over there. No, he knows what he's doing. That's fine though. Hills.
Ooh, I'm getting revolutionaries.
Hills, hills, and jungle. Good enough for me. Gotta remember where the grasslands are. This might actually help. Nope, just makes me blind.
Hey, can I pass through to Jin? I can sell you the provinces afterwards, but being nice, non-blob.
It's not so good there. But I'll take it. Yeah, why you run home down to India? This is Tibetan land.
Yeah, that Tech 25 is really helping you out.
Yeah, didn't become a protectorate for nothing. This stack is fairly uninjured, so I may as well chase him down with it.
Ah, the lag.
Keep him on the edge. Pop. Who is William? Kutai. What a difference it makes being able to see through fog of war. Like, unbelievably so.
Almost makes it worth it.
It really does.
No, in EU3 you kind of take it for granted since you can do it pretty quickly, pretty easily.
Alright. Making foolish mistakes running down to grasslands. Maybe that's a bit harsh. But I should be able to deal enough damage here.
Jesus Christ, you're ripping me apart.
That's the idea. Not just that though, you got no morale bonus, you got no discipline bonus. Let's see if he runs to Vinad. That's the right thing to do. No, got him. Whew, long time coming. He's probably going to go and make a move on some of these, but we have enough tech to hold him off. That general isn't anything special. Meanwhile, this guy makes his way north over to Mandu. Right, where's he going? He's going to Ajmer. He's probably trying to reach his way around. Nagur. Nothing. You guys make your way to Mandu. We got a spare 2 siege general. Thankfully this land isn't too atrocious for us. Jeez, if I could click on the right buttons for a change. There we go. Who needs leaders? Whew. Oh, okay. See, that's a little different. Yeah, at least Afghanistan can fight. And I completely forget that Delhi is their vassal. That would have been good to remember a while back. Nonetheless, let's keep our eye on Warsangali because they're also involved in this war. Yikes. Yikes. Having none of that.
What? Check out who declared war on me.
What? How and why? Huron want a piece of that.
I'm nowhere near him.
Oh, the Indians going head to head with the Indians.
Let's keep this guy in his
we
place.
got sync issues, Jake.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, sync issue here.
What a shame.
What a real shame.
Is it on me?
Oh well, one. Jeez, is it even worth rehosting at this stage?
Not really.
Oh, it's already midnight.
Oh,
Yeah, I say let's call it a day.
just
Yeah.
note that I would have cleaned up my border gore in Muscovy.
We can see it in our mind's eye. Okay, what a traditionally paradoxian end to a frankly a great multiplayer session.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it went really well.
Yeah, indeed.
we'll make some kind of Hall of Fame for all survivors here. Done good.
Let me just. I have renamed what I could, I guess.
I'm gonna get a real close up of this Hindustani occupation. I hope you don't mind, Lucky.
Yeah, you're a bloody traitor, by the way. And watch your ass in every other multiplayer game.
See, that's how real friendship is forged.
And I'd like to thank Callum for doing absolutely nothing all game.
I have.
Hey, I saw Callum's troops in Europe. Where were you? Callum
Well,
took.
I did good for what I had, to be honest.
Oh yeah, you turned it all around.
Well, it helps when you don't have a target on your back.
Yeah. All right, guys, that was great. Thanks a lot. So, yeah, see you later.
Oh, Jake, could you
Good game.
unlock the ledger? So we
That's
can
actually
see-
not an option, but
it's not an
I'll try to fiddle with the file and then I'll put up a proper one
Okay.
without anything locked. I'll see if I can do that. All right, cheers, guys, and so long.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye again.
All right, so we've made our save. So let's have a rundown of how that entire session went. Maybe a lot of people missed the whole thing, or they've just skipped to the end. Preferably if we don't let the game keep carrying on. There we go. Start off with myself, because I scrubbed out the hardest in this game, even though I finally got something resembling a score. Thanks to military rank of all things? That makes no sense. We are Tibet, but we started off as Mong Yang. We then became Dali, and then we consumed the Calm player who declared war on us. Let's never forget the backstabbing Calm player who said, "Hey guys, I just want to form Tibet and, you know, we'll carve up China together." And then he fabricates a claim and declares war on me with a 5-shock king, who dies before he even sees the field of battle. Destroyed him, annexed him, shifted our capital to Lhasa, formed Tibet, and tried our best to consume China. We had a lot of hiccups, so we're not that great. But hey, we did what we could. Tengu, staunch ally for the early game. We never really went head to head, despite goading him into this Hindustani war. Probably wins the slow and steady wins the race award for this game, because they've just slowly expanded and they've built up a very good powerhouse of a country for Southeast Asia. Kitai, well, Kitai has been swinging back forth for this game. They certainly did very well in the early game. They expanded along this area, but then Spain decided to come along and destroyed them. We also butted heads when it came to fighting in China. I coalition warred them so I could use Wu's navy to attack them, and my good ally the Oirat dropped down to stack wipe them there. But Kutai brought it all back. Even though they lost pretty much all of the Aki Islands, they were able to reclaim them. Shitatsu shows Chateau Gato, originally played by Docteur. They started out as Makassar, formed this colonial nation, a noble republic, with some great ideas, especially for regaining your republican tradition. They're another slow and steady guy. In fact, you haven't heard much from them all game. They went and westernized off the Inca. That's all you saw of them. The Hindustan player started out as Malwa. That was Uge, the Babi player. I always said I'd crush them, and well, here we go. Did not approve of Malwa being a nation choice, but they were 15 base stacks, albeit with a god king and 2 vassals at start. They bullied our poor Malwa player. Well, I like to think they got their just desserts when they exploded to rebels, and later now they explode to Tibet. Carrying west across the nation, not to be fooled by this great Somalia tag, Warsan Gali has really been man of the match over in Africa. They took all this land fairly early on, united it into one strong country, and they were really the backbone of the fight against Europe, so congratulations to them. They later spat out Somalia as a client state. Then we have Air, who, well, another back and forth. They expanded out and then didn't seem to expand much beyond that. Until they exploded to rebels, they were reduced to about half of what they have now, but then they got it all back. Zazao had a similar explosion when Air poked them during westernization, causing them to collapse. But, as many good players do, they just knuckled down and got their land back, so congratulations to Zazao. Staunch difference in religion in this area. Air went Sunni, whereas Zazao decided to go Catholic very early on during the westernization progress. A very painful thing to do. In the New World, we really had Inca, Huron, and the Knights. The Inca dominated South America. Can't have been all that exciting for them, all that colonization. I just shake to think about it. Nonetheless, they built up an incredibly strong country. Well done to you, Inca, but really well done to the Knights, who I think lead the base tax race. Although they're currently in debt, they really pull the USA in helping with the wars in Europe. Huron, well, I can't really say anything about them. They're such a non-entity that I've ran the game without them once or twice. I think it was Citrus Foe playing as Huron, so well done for being, I don't know, the Grey Eminence. Over in Europe, and where to even start with this mess. we had some Eastern Europeans, and they've all died now. Ragusa lasted for the longest time, but they were cruelly persecuted by the Frankfurt player. Even Warsangali turned on them to consume their Egyptian lands. Bosnia, Serbia, Wallachia, they all went away. They could have united against the Ottomans, but in true Yugoslavian ways, they decided to consume each other instead of the common threat. Speaking of common threats, here is what's left of the Saxony into Prussia into Germany player. The Euro players formed a power bloc, and they decided to let Germany run rampage since nobody was going to do anything about it. The mighty coalition of Tibet, Warsan, Gali, Riga and others, especially the Knights, thanks Knights, jumped in and decided to kick Germany to the curb. It was long and horrible, but it got done and it needed doing. But no sooner did we stamp Germany into the ground than Frankfurt decided now was the time to attack Ragusa. Fought them to a standstill and forced peace between Ragusa and Frankfurt. But then Frankfurt turned around and later took Ragusa whilst we were busy with our own wars. After that it was hell breaks loose around here. I don't even know what went on. In fact, we can check it out. What is going on? The Frankfurtian Dutch imperialist war. Frankfurt was the attacker. Frankfurt really was the optional boss of Europe whilst we took out Germany, and it was difficult. Frankfurt, jeez. Such a condensed amount of high base tax land, we really had to fight tooth and nail to bring them down. The Netherlands, though, they... well, I'm actually quite glad to see that the Netherlands are defeated by Frankfurt, because it really proves that Frankfurt was a stronger player. Although, the Netherlands did declare war and pretty much kicked me out of Frankfurt. Damn you, Netherlands. If only the Bremen player had been around to keep them in check, and the Hesse player died. They earlier jumped on Frankfurt, but they got their just desserts for it. Man of the match for Europe, though, definitely goes to Riga. Bear in mind, Riga starts out with only this province, and they really grew and grew, and they decided that Prussia had to be destroyed. So they forged their alliance as well. Thank you kindly, Riga, for everything you contributed. And this is the end state of our game. If you've hung around for all, what was it, like 28 hours or so over the course of these 5 days, then thanks for joining us, and thanks to the guys talking in chat. I'm sorry I haven't been very... actually, no, I'm not sorry at all, but... yeah, I didn't read out chat quite as much as I'd want to, because there's so much to focus in multiplayer. No ability to pause or anything really takes it away. But if you have anything in chat you'd like to see or know about in the game, please let me know before we finish this up for good. It's been a hell of a long week. Bear in mind I booked this time off work. I'd actually quite like to enjoy some me time for a little bit. Be back to regular streaming either on Saturday or Sunday, get some trucking done, maybe some FTL, and start out some new single player Europa campaigns. I'm quite keen to get the Holy Trinity done. I also want to win the Ottoman War as Albania. As in, we don't give in, we don't white peace, we defeat the Ottomans. Still trying to work out how to do that. Proof of concept is fine, but I need to really squeeze the luck part out of it. Jake, it's unfair to say that Frankfurt was the better player when Netherlands DC'd before the war. Okay, I'll give you that one. Surely, though, mark of a good player is setting up such a good nation. Even the AI can do it. I know that's not true at all. Jake, can you load it up single player to check who won the base tax race? Jake, can we see the Cape of Africa? We can load it up in single player in just a moment. Clayproof Canud and what's his face are still in here. Maybe they're listening. Cape's a bit ugly. Katai, Warsangali, Spain, and Zaza all... Somalia too. Jeez. Yeah, Cape's a bit ugly, but they got gold on the Cape. Wow. Nice one, Spain. Jake, whose vassal is Sweden? Riga owns Sweden. Probably keeping them around as a as an attack dog, because Sweden have such great national ideas. All that manpower, all that infantry combat ability. It's a shame. It's a shame the AI can be so stupid. They just ran balls first into Frankfurt and got stack wiped more often than not. Jake, are you using auto-clicker for double missionary in one province? Yes, but it can be done without it. Especially if you use the autosave. You just hold down return and mash left click as fast as you can. That's how I used to do it before I got an auto-clicker to make it done much faster. Jake, show religion map mode, certainly. The only player in Europe to stay Catholic, I believe, was Riga. Even Ragusa went Sunni because they emigrated down to Egypt. But I think Riga wanted all of that cardinal bonus. It seemed to have worked out for them. They've done real well. Knud saying bye-bye stream. Thank you, Knud. Thank you kindly. Nothing too shocking in the rest of the world. Oh, there's the only bastion of Reformed. Well, I did good spreading the Hindu faith. I can feel vindicated about that. There's a lot of things I could have done better, but hey. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. I'm still alive, and in a multiplayer game where half of our players died, I think I could be happy about that. Satisfied, even. What else is there even to say? Greyskin still exists, disgustingly so. With one prince of Hesse and the ruler of Zazao. Jeez, I think if Hesse got annexed, that would be the end of the HRE. Show them the hidden away papal state. Yes, we've got a little papal state here in the armpit of Georgia. Or Caucasia, I guess. Kept as a little pet for our friend Riga. They wanted all that papal influence that they could get. Yeah. Riga was trying to go and carve out a little less border gore from Muscovy. See you in summer. Yeah, I didn't say there'd definitely be a game in summer, but I don't think this is the last multiplayer big game we'll be seeing on this channel. 3 kills for Warsan Galley. Let's have a thought then. Who did kill the most nations? I never got to see Europe early on, so it would be unfair for me to guess. But somebody certainly killed Brunswick. And Bremen? Do they even still well, they exist now, but I'm sure that's only because they got released. There were only these Africans and no real conflict in North America. Well, the Hindustan player consumed the Mawar player, so that's 1 kill for you. I killed Kam. Nepal was sadly not a player when I consumed them. Yeah, a lot of the kill count must have been in Europe then. I got a lovely message from the Kam player saying I paid $5 to bugger up Jake's manpower. Very true. I almost couldn't annex Kam because of rebels, but we pulled through. Bremen still exists in Ireland. Okay, you got me there. That's right, because Bremen used to own the Lübeck trade node, but then the aggressive German player decided, no, I want that trade node. So away he went. I think the Netherlands clipped them from this side. I seem to remember the Netherlands fighting over the province of EU. Can't think of much else really to show by map modes. Yeah. Alright, let's load it up single player. I think somebody wanted to see some things. Mirage Sombra saying, Jake, I killed Ragusa. Yeah. Is that really killing someone? It's more like just putting them down. Putting them out of their misery. Poor Ragusa. They had the biggest balls of this game. They reminded me of a player I used to play with called Minorico. Okay, got a lot more base tax than I imagined. 358. Tangu at 281. Hindustan at 390, so Hindustan beats me. Kutai 370, well done. Muscovy at only 303, but Siberia is big and poor. Warsan Galley, well, if you include Somalia, they're almost hitting 400. No, what am I saying? They're almost hitting 300, but I'm missing Sofala 2 here. Client states are confusing me here. Frankfurt plus Italia, yeah, staggering 467 there. Netherlands securing 382 for themselves. Riga got 294 plus 82 for Sweden. What's left of Germany, still controlling 83. Well, I say controlling. Maybe only in their minds. The Knights, yeah, the runaway train Knights at 537. Fought a few wars with the Knights, probably more than most other nations. They took it on the chin, but they were too in debt for the last one. 427 from Mighty Inca. It's a shame they had so much might, but didn't get to see them do much with it other than beat me up in southern China. I did lose a war to Knights and the Inca, but I broke truce to regain the lands. I had to lose this province, I think it's called Jian, to the Knights, but I broke truce to get that back as well as these two provinces. Even though it's not the best way for your country, you know, it's if you're playing in single player, it'd be like, there's no way, this is not, there's no point in doing this. I just think it's more fun. You might agree, you might not, but that's how I play. Saxony is also a Frankfurt vassal. Wow, Frankfurt's such a bully. But it's hard to be mad at Frankfurt because they got unfairly persecuted early on. The power block between Netherlands and Germany. Utter disgust. Okay, that's a wrap. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining in. Like I said, I should be back tomorrow or Sunday. I'll put it up in the title when I know I'm going to be streaming. No guarantee it'll be EU4 right off the bat. I need to rest my head for a wee bit. What I'll do is I'll upload the save, so if anybody else wants to have a look at it, they can certainly feel free to, because I'm sure there are some questions I haven't touched on, or cannot be ringed touching on. In any case, I believe the saying is, thank you, good night, and much love, and remember, even when there is only one prince, even when there are only 2 or so imperial provinces, don't ever settle for greyskin. Good night.